Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq-100 index, or the NDX, which is the top 100 names listed on the Nasdaq stock market. Of course, X Financial, one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world. Joining me this Monday afternoon, we have Chris Dearborn, managing director on Nasdaq's market intelligence desk, for a review of levels to watch in the Nasdaq-100. And Chris, it's really interesting. We got that positive news out of Nasdaq-100 listed Moderna after what's been a pretty challenging weekend for us in the United States with the amount of cases we have going. And while Moderna did well in Nasdaq-100 component, some of those work from home, work from anywhere stocks in the index did not fare quite as well.
Absolutely. It's almost like a repeat of last week following the Pfizer news, right? We opened higher, sold off a little bit, but the sell-off today for the Nasdaq-100 hasn't been as bad. As a matter of fact, we're actually higher than when we opened this morning, which is turning that candle slightly positive. It's been a really tight range trading-wise for the NDX today. You really don't have that big of a range considering what else is going on in the markets, and that stay-at-home unwinding trade is still playing itself out here. And you can see that by the winners and losers, which we'll talk about in a minute.
All right, but let's get to our first chart here where we're taking a look at some levels on the broader index that you're watching.
Absolutely. So last Monday, following the Pfizer news, the NDX had a monster opening, but then gave back all those gains to go negative on the day. Following the second day, Tuesday, it found support at the 50-day moving average of 11,490, which acted as a nice support area for the index, which followed with a number of bullish candles, higher highs throughout the rest of the week, and today we're seeing that again. So what you're looking at here is a consolidation as you see some of the unwinding of that stay-at-home trade. You're looking at value versus cyclical versus small caps, and then the growth / large cap tech names on that other side of it. What's good about this is that you're seeing a number of names rotate through, and those who have done very, very well from the pandemic lows have seen some selling, but what they're looking at here is buying at the base support lines, which is telling me people are looking at the longer term and buying into potentially Q4 and Q1 earnings, which we still have quite a time to see.
All right, if we take a look at our second chart of the day here, some of the individual constituents having some movement in the index this morning, afternoon.
Moderna's up to over 10% today, but it's only a 0.32 weighting within the index, so it's only adding 3.5%. 3.5 basis points to that. Apple's having a good day, up 5%, up 0.5%. Micron's having a good day as well, Qualcomm and Cisco. But on the flip side, you have Amazon, you have JD.com is getting hurt a little bit on earnings, Adobe and Microsoft. So that's balancing out right there. The winners are definitely bigger than the losers, but the losers today had a little bit higher of a percentage weighting, even though they're really not off that much. And that's carrying this index, giving it a little bit of we'll call it a weight around its neck instead of letting it fly like the other indices today.
All right, Chris, great stuff. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks,
Jill.
and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.